we have ourselves a Group F matchup between Jedi and FattyMasker. At the top right, our human player FattyMasker, most likely just going the good old Archmage as almost all humans do. But who knows, maybe he'll pull some fancy shenanigans with a paladin or something. But most likely just an Archmage, right? And on the other side, bottom left, our Orc player Jedi looks to be going into Farseer, followed by, I would assume, Headhunters. So pretty common there as well. Definitely the meta these days. Also interesting to note that we are playing on Amazonia. I'm not actually sure who prefers this map or if this is just kind of a neutral map for this matchup. There's two shops, which is significant for this map. It means that they can, both sides can potentially have access to a shop without, like, you know, one side getting all of the invuln and heal scrolls. Yeah, do indeed see the Farseer coming out. Third farm on the way, so not gonna be some 2-farm quick tech thing. No tower yet either, which means the Farseer can definitely harass some peasants in the wood line when he comes across. However, the Farseer might also creep at the start. I assume not, because he didn't put a shop. Although you can creep it fairly well without taking like too much damage. Yeah, FattyMasker getting some creeping done. He will end up with likely level 2 before the Farseer gets here. Maybe not. Okay. He's 1.9. He didn't manage to pull this over and creep it as well. Jedi looking to take out that water alley, might be able to get it, but there might be a deny. Oof, deny by FattyMasker just in time. Wolf needs to run away. Oh, okay, resummon instead. And now FattyMasker. Oh, there's actually a gap here. Just gonna chill in his base for a while. Might see Jedi try to sneak the creep and the item at some point. Otherwise, it looks like he's just gonna continue to contain the human. We have a tower on the way, eventually to become an arcane, deter those wolves from charging in. Tech underway for both sides. Very slightly faster for the orc, and he is actually going to steal the item from this level 3 rogue real quick. I kind of would have liked FattyMasker to get level 2 somehow, whether it be picking off one of the small murlocs or one of these small wizards even real quick, because they actually die really quickly, and getting that level 2 and having that aura the whole time would of course have been really nice. Oh, Archmage a little stuck here, taking a decent chunk of damage. So good awareness by Jedi to see that. Brings the Archmage down 200 health, which will be very significant in keeping the Archmage cornered here. Might be able to get this wolf away just in time. Nice little denial of XP. Slippers not so good. Claws amazing, however, for the Archmage. Yo, 1-2, thanks for the raid. And we have defend already, so now it's getting a little bit harder for the orc to really put pressure, but with the wolves and the Farseer, you can still take out the defend footies. Interesting to see if he will go spiked barricades or not. He is not so far, but sometimes if you're afraid of a defend footy push, you can get a level of spiked barricades, and it will help quite a bit to defend your burrows. Arcane Vault on the way. A very offensive Arcane Vault though, so Jedi can end up canceling that if he wants. Might see some Water Alley XP going to Jedi as well. He's looking to take out the peon or peasant now, which will slow down the shop being finished. Looks like he's not going to manage to get the shop though, because there is still 3 defend footmen just poking away at these headhunters, and eventually you're going to want to just back off and not take more damage on them.
A player's force is under attack.
I think getting troll regen right away would also be nice, and he actually is doing it, like literally just as I'm saying it. If he can manage to get away well enough. Ooh, very nice. Well, mostly to just stop him, and he realizes, he actually backs off. I think that was really good to get the block, but not actually keep the block. Because if he had kept this around there, he probably would have lost 2 of those headhunters and a wolf or something. But by just getting this around to run his other headhunters away and then let this round go, that was a really good play. However, we have boots of speed, we have 2 more breaths of fire, FattyMasker looking to be aggressive, and Jedi needs to get these headhunters back. Oh no, don't bring them forward. Oh, breath of fire comes out, 1 headhunter goes down. We do have troll regen, and that will help a lot, but they do need to have time for it to really kick in. Another headhunter goes down. If Jedi, it looks like Jedi's holding it well enough, but those couple headhunters losses do hurt a bit. 1 more breath gonna come in. 3 red health headhunters. If the Archmage had boots, we might see him come in. I don't know if he'll dive in without boots though. Looks like he's just gonna send in the water alley, and that might be able to get a kill if Jedi doesn't block it properly, but he does get the Archmage to run. And the Panda's coming back in with boots. He's 8 mana away from another breath. Oh my god. Such a stressful situation for the orc side, trying to keep all of these headhunters alive. I think 2 of them will probably fall to this footman though. I don't know if he can kill this footman in time. I actually would have liked to see the panda run in once more here, because if the panda ran right here, he would have had an amazing breath. It looks like the Archmage is going to do it instead. Oh shit. Salve coming out. Okay, Archmage cancels the salve, but doesn't actually get a kill. 1 more footman coming in, breath coming out. But the Archmage... Okay, Archmage has TP. I would say overall pretty good from both sides, honestly. Like, Jedi for keeping quite a few of these red health headhunters alive, but FattyMasker for sticking around as long as he could, waiting for his last breath, Archmage red health and all that. And now he's going to be able to creep a bit, has Priest to heal up easily, and then this Panda will come back with level 3 soon after and be a real menace to these headhunters. Jedi on the other hand mixing in some grunts, some shaman. We have adept on the way. Bestiary as well, which I assume will be most likely for Kodos. Especially because there is no rifles. Sounds like 1 peasant just died here, but probably not too big of a deal. At this point in time, the human has usually taken care of most of their expensive wood costs, so losing 1 peasant like that is negligible, because most of the wood cost for this stuff is fairly cheap, or cheap enough. Farseer has taken quite a bit of damage. Oh, no, micro this sword? Okay, Sorcerer's running away. I think it'll be able to get away if he priest heals it, which he is, but he probably should bring back his army too. Okay, yeah, it looks safe. The orc can't really dive in there, but he does bait out 2 dispels. That's actually quite huge, because the Archmage doesn't even have level 2 brilliance yet, and these priests no longer even have dispel. That is going to be huge in the fight. However, FattyMasker did already research control magic, which means he can steal the wolves with his breakers anyways, so he doesn't necessarily need to dispel them. He can just steal them, have them fight for him instead. So for Jedi, getting chain level 2 would probably be the smart play. His TC looking quite stacked. Does need to heal though. Salve a TC in the Farseer. Then he can potentially go invis and look for a creep jack at the top left if he wants. Chilling at his base for now, has his Kodo out.
Player's forces are under attack.
Do we have armor? We do have one armor upgrade. Pretty nice. I think Jedi's playing pretty on top of things so far. Getting what he needs to. Maybe a little slow to creep jack here. Or he might not even be going. No, he's not even going there. I think if he was a little bit quicker there with the salves, he could have like just salved here, brought the TC invis, and like been ready to creep jack right away. So, bit of a slow movement. Wolf will scout it, but the camp's already crept. And that gave FattyMasker the time for a level 3 panda, and this panda is looking very scary. 400 mana with that Robe of the Magi. Potion of mana, second potion of mana that probably should just already be passed over. Looks like he's buying a heal scroll. Like, these are pretty good. Now, the one thing he doesn't have for FattyMasker's side is a TP, but he does have 2 invulns and a... or no, 1 invuln, heal scroll, and a graveyard heal potion. Yeah, fight starts out, TC with that initial stomp. Purge on the water ellies. Some lightning shields coming out on the back line. This grunt maybe needs to be moved a little bit farther forward. TC dropping low. Going to be tough to heal him up, but hopefully he can get a salve off here soon. TC going to likely have to run away. He's going to be the next target focused. Panda still has a lot of mana. The Orc army is looking strong, but without the TC here, it's a lot rougher. Oh, Archmage! No invuln on the Archmage. Oh, our invuln passed the last second by FattyMasker, saves the Archmage. But this is only 7 seconds. He will have to run away the Archmage, and without that Brilliance Aura, these priests are, you know, they're just all dead. They don't even have mana. Now they're just in the ground. Breaker's doing what they can, but the big key here is the panda. Oh, he actually went Drunken Brawler. Ooh, I think he really needed haze. And Archmage comes in, gets Chain Lightninged back into the altar for him. And now the panda, next focus target, missed around there, but should be able to take out at least one of these breakers, I think. Possibly a grunt in return for FattyMasker. Yeah, looks like... oh, maybe not. Nice save on that grunt so far. Headhunter and grunt also weak here. I think not having haze hurt FattyMasker a lot, because he actually had a 400 mana pool, and he had double mana potion. I think he used one either on his Archmage, or maybe he passed one to the panda and used, I don't know. But only having Breath of Fire and no haze really hurt him there, I think, because he had so much more mana to still use for quite a long time. Like, he still has his mana potion after that like 2-minute long fight. So imagine if he had been able to drop 2 hazes as well. That would have been a huge chunk of extra damage, and those 2 red health grunts likely would have died, for instance, the Headhunter as well. Some long distance mining from FattyMasker. Archmage halfway completed. He is getting his army back up. Supplies still pretty even. I'm not sure exactly who this favors. Generally, you would think the human starts to get favored in the sense that usually their second hero just kind of carries in these late game fights, where breakers continue to get more and more value, and heroes like Panda and MK just carry. But this TC is, you know, decently strong. Almost level 4.5. So TC also can carry. And there is no bolt breaker focus. It's going to be, you know, the Panda AoE. So the TC has a little more room to move against that. Whereas against the bolt focus, you can bolt, obviously, to start the fight, and then just with those breakers bring the TC's mana to like half and his health to half, and then suddenly the TC ends up a somewhat non-factor. But without the bolt, maybe the TC will be able to move around more onto these casters in the backline. Oh, we have a speed scroll out. Jedi not ready to fight just yet. And I probably agree with that. He does not actually have a heal scroll yet. Looks like he will probably head to the shop. He already has salves. so salve along the way. FattyMasker will continue to toss out some Breath of Fires. Is there two? There is 2 heal scrolls, and that's huge.
Forces are under attack.
Hopefully he can manage to pass one. Oh, he uses one instantly. Not bad as well. He was missing quite a chunk of health there from all of the Breath of Fires. Nice stomp here. Hits 4 casters. 2 breakers were out front taking a chunk of damage as well. Both water elementals getting purged. Another nice stomp hitting like all of the priests. Wolves coming out. Will we see? Oh, we see Dispel on the wolves. No control magic. Not sure which would have been better in that scenario, but TC coming out in the center, out of mana now, but still putting in work with his aura and going to hit level 5 soon. Might see him pick level 3 aura here, just so he continues to have value with it. Does go for the stomp instead, looking at the long term. Panda on the other hand, still only not far into level 4, and he never actually got Haze on level 4 either. He continued to take Drunken Brawler. It can be good, but I do think the value of Haze is also very strong, especially when you have that 400 mana pool and level 2 Brilliance, because he did actually take level 2 Brilliance at level 3 Archmage, so I would have liked to see Haze in that scenario, but yeah, well played by Jedi there. I mean, well played by both, to be honest. I think that was some crazy fighting at Jedi's base there for a bit. And let's see what FattyMasker can do to change the course of this match. Okay, so I expect to see, you know, standard human again. It'll be interesting if he goes Panda again, or if he tries MK this time. But most likely, just go for the wizard for the first camp. However, I'm not actually sure of the proper creep routes after this first camp. You see some just go for the green and get level 2. You see some go aggressive. I'm not sure if people would go for this at second camp. Maybe they'd even go for it as first camp sometimes, because I think this camp's not too difficult. It's like a level 5, what is it called? The bear thing? The Wandagu thing? I don't remember its exact name. Jedi, on the other hand, is going to likely go into the Farseer Headhunters once again. Show us the camp? I can't unhide it. I don't have map packs to unhide this area, but it's the brown Wandagu thing, like in the shops on the Amazonia, the last map. Plus like a level 4 troll, I believe, or a level 4 troll priest or something. Yeah, the Sasquatch. I call it a Wandagu. Kappa. Got that Legion TD lingo down. Yeah, we shall see some more Farseer Headhunters. I know people love Farseer Headhunters. It's a top tier gameplay. But yeah, Archmage coming out, and it is going to be the Wizard first camp. I believe this gets you around 160 or something XP. So that's why sometimes you'll see them go for the green. Well, I guess in this matchup, you don't really have to worry about your creep route so much, because after the first camp, usually the Farseer is just on you, and then you're kind of just camping for a while. Okay, so 172 XP. We'll take 2 wolves to get the level 2 unlocked. But yeah, we'll see where he decides to go. Jedi has spotted him, sees that he's not at the expo with his wolf scout, and will likely put some chip damage onto this Archmage and Footman when he can. And I think the key here as the Orc player is to do as much chip damage as you can while also not tanking with your Farseer. Because the less you tank with your Farseer here, the longer you can stay and just keep preventing the Archmage from leveling. Does deny that XP by resummoning. Headhunter has arrived. Tech, once again, very slightly favored for the Orc, so looking quite the same as last game, except this time FattyMasker is staying out on the map. Last time FattyMasker, our human player, decided to turtle it out and just, you know, sit in his base while the orc poked around. But this time he's going to go out on the map, and this will result in him taking a little bit of damage on his units. But the Farseer is not really getting any, you know, stealing any small camps either. You know, he's not like taking these small greens on the side. So
A player's forces are under attack.
I do think this is probably better for the orc, because getting this chip damage is quite significant. And he might be able to put some heavy chip damage on these footmen here before defend gets unlocked as well. Would like to see at least one wolf turn back. Okay, he does turn one. It's like he's reading my mind, dude. Okay. Yeah, some nice chip damage there. Bringing that one footman to red health. But both wolves are also having to back off already, which hurts. And defend is unlocked. So now it's FattyMasker's time to shine. Push the orc back a bit. Wolves come out again, but the headhunter's not fighting right away, and one wolf nicely denied there. Headhunter going to be the next focus target. Ring of Protection not helping out too much here. Would generally like to see claws against headhunters, because you rely heavily on your Archmage's right-click damage when you're playing defend builds against headhunters, archers, etc. But not too bad for FattyMasker. He does still need to get level 2 at some point. I wonder, maybe like this camp could be militia crept if he wanted, but it depends on his wood situation, and his wood situation is not too accommodating for that, because his current wood allows him to purchase the panda, which we do see again, and 2 sanctums right away, but nothing more. As you can see, he's down to 15 wood after putting up the 2 sanctums and getting defend, and he is going to go straight into the base. There is no spiked barricades, and TC is not out yet. The panda, like, that's also one of the benefits of the panda. You get him right away. You don't have to wait for an MK. You can just go straight in. And he will get the cancel here on the lodge, which is huge. Nice breath coming out. One headhunter dropping very low. And for the cost of 1 footman, FattyMasker puts in quite a bit of damage, cancels the lodge. I think killed a peon as well. Maybe? Or no, this was the footman dying. Never mind. So, pretty good for him. His Archmage is quite low though. He will really need those priests early on to be able to be out on the map. And Jedi sees that weakness, putting some more damage here on the Archmage. Might be able to switch focus to this footman, especially now that the wolf's in front of the footman too. He does indeed do so. Still doesn't get the footman though. Probably had to block it first and then have his Farseer put in a couple hits. Arcane Tower should prevent the wolf from getting the kill. And we have an Arcane Vault early, so not going to be totally reliant on the priests. We'll have a regen scroll supporting it as well, getting these footmen and Archmage healed back up. We have Adept Training and 1 Sork on the way. So pretty early Sorceress, probably to deter the Farseer from staying too close. Because when you get that first Sorceress out, if the Farseer is here trying to harass, you put slow on him, and you can still manage to surround him even without Mountain King's Stormbolt. FattyMasker going to creep. Nicely called Militia in that time as well. And should be able to take this quite easily, especially with 2 priests healing up now too. Jedi looking to slow the creeping as much as he can, maybe try to steal a last hit, but here we have it. The slow comes out, and does FattyMasker lock in this round? He does not, but he does put in some damage to the Farseer and kills some of the wolves. Jedi runs in. He wanted the ring. Oh my god, the thief! There's a thief on the run. Oh, you can't just steal someone's ring. Come on, bro. Ring +4, going to that Farseer. Ring +4 is kind of a bad item. Like if you're going to get a ring, you'd rather get a ring +3. You know, this is the one you'd rather sell, but it can still have quite a bit of value on the TC, as the TC does only have 2 armor, now 3 armor after leveling. And that's also something I haven't really pointed out, but Jedi did some nice split creeping in this time and has already reached level 3 on his TC. Very well done, whereas the Panda has just barely reached 2, Archmage less than 2.5 as well, or just reaching 2.5. So this level 3 TC can really carry, but there is 3 breakers which will burn quite a bit of this TC's mana. He will only get 1 more stomp out, and might even get surrounded potentially. Needs to be a little careful here for Jedi. He does have a heal scroll though, and that will get a lot of value here. And these wolves, bit of annoyance for the human. He does not have Dispel or probably not Control Magic yet either. Might be researching. But yeah, the priests are all dead. And very good by Jedi. He's going to just speed scroll out. Looks like he wants to regroup and heal. Replenishment potion going off. And FattyMasker being put into a bit of a rough spot again. Panda is 2.5. Really needs to reach that level 3. He did get a Sobi mask though, and that will help a lot in the long run, but he's getting focused, and a nice little lock-in on this round. Invuln comes out, but Jedi quick to hold position, and FattyMasker realizes his predicament, calls the GG. And Jedi taking a clean 2-0. That second game especially looked really good for him. He did some very nice distractions with his Farseer that second game. Was quite elusive, snagging the ring +4 too. And getting his TC to level 3 in the meantime. So very nice play. Jedi taking the 2-0 here.